What a night at the theatre! The air crackles with anticipation, the lights of the West End twinkling like 1,000 stars. The grand revival of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Evita, starring the dazzling Rachel Zegler, was set to be an unforgettable experience. Her name in lights, a promise of a performance for the ages. It promised pure West End magic, a spectacle of song, dance and drama that would leave audiences breathless. The buzz was electric. A palpable sense of excitement rippled through the crowd as they found their seats. Everyone was eager to see this Hollywood sensation, known for her captivating screen presence, take on the iconic role of Eva Peron. Could she capture the fire and passion of this legendary figure? It's a role demanding both vocal power and stamina, a true test of any performer's mettle. The songs are legendary, the choreography demanding, the emotional range vast. The lights dimmed, a hush fell over the audience, and the overture swelled, filling the theatre with anticipation. The orchestra tuned, the conductor raised his baton, and the journey began. And Rachel was magnificent. She commanded the stage from her first entrance, embodying the spirit of Evita with every gesture and note. Her voice soared, filling every corner of the theatre with its power and emotion. Her presence was magnetic, drawing the audience into the story of Eva Peron's rise and fall. She held them captive with her every move, and the audience was spellbound, completely lost in the world unfolding before them. They were transported to Argentina, swept up in the drama and passion of Evita's life. At intermission, the whispers were unanimous. Everyone was buzzing about Rachel's incredible performance. A star was born, or perhaps more accurately, a star had ascended to new heights. But backstage, a different drama was unfolding, a hidden struggle that threatened to derail the entire production. Rachel, despite her powerhouse performance and the dazzling display of talent she was putting forth, was facing an unexpected challenge. She was battling a sudden illness, a cruel twist of fate that threatened to cut her performance short. It's every performer's nightmare, the fear of your body failing you when you need it most, your body betraying you in front of a sold-out house, with hundreds of expectant faces watching your every move. Yet not a soul in the audience suspected a thing during Act 1. They were completely captivated by the performance, blissfully unaware of the drama unfolding behind the scenes. As the interval arrived, Rachel's condition worsened, leaving her and the production team with a difficult decision to make. Continuing was no longer an option. Her health simply wouldn't allow it. The pressure of that decision, the weight of responsibility bearing down on her shoulders, must have been immense. Letting down the cast who had worked tirelessly to bring this production to life was a heartbreaking prospect. The crew, who depended on the show's success, and the audience, who had paid for an evening of entertainment, all weighed heavily on her mind. The weight of expectation, the fear of disappointing so many, must have been immense, a crushing burden for any performer to bear. But health comes first, always. No performance is worth jeopardizing one's well-being. The announcement had to be made, a difficult message to deliver to a theatre full of eager fans. And a plan B set in motion, a scramble to find a solution and ensure the show could go on in some form or another. While the audience enjoyed their interval ice creams, chatting excitedly about the first act, unaware of the turmoil brewing behind the scenes, backstage was a flurry of urgent decisions, hushed conversations, and frantic preparations. The real show was just beginning, a different kind of performance, one of resilience, teamwork, and the unwavering spirit of the theatre. Behind the curtain, the unsung heroes of the theatre were stepping into the spotlight, ready to face the challenge head-on. The anticipation was palpable. Act 2 was about to begin, the audience settling back into their seats, eager for the story to unfold further. But instead of the familiar swell of music, a hush fell over the theatre. The director appeared, stepping onto the stage with a demeanour that was unusually serious, a sure sign of trouble brewing beneath the surface. With a heavy heart, he announced the unforeseen news. Rachel Zegler, the star of the show, had fallen ill and regrettably couldn't continue with the performance. A collective gasp, a wave of disbelief and concern, rippled audibly through the theatre. The air seemed to thicken with unspoken questions and anxieties. First and foremost, there was genuine concern for Rachel's well-being, a shared hope that her illness wasn't serious. But then came the inevitable questions, the practical considerations. What now? Would the show go on despite this setback? The uncertainty hung heavy in the air. With a calming gesture, the director reassured everyone the performance, in some form, would indeed continue. He promised a solution, a way to honor the commitment to the audience. Backstage, the difficult decision for Rachel to withdraw was made swiftly. Amidst a whirlwind of hushed urgency and worried consultations, the dedicated team faced a high-pressure balancing act, caring for their ailing star, ensuring her comfort and well-being, while simultaneously honoring the audience's expectations and the integrity of the production. For Rachel, the sudden illness and inability to perform was a crushing disappointment, especially after pouring her heart and soul into preparing for and embodying the role. She later bravely shared her heartbreak and frustration, explaining that her body, unfortunately, had simply left her no choice but to prioritize her health. It was a stark and poignant reminder that even the brightest stars, those who grace the stage with seemingly boundless energy, are ultimately human, with vulnerabilities and limitations. The show's carefully crafted momentum was undeniably broken, disrupted by this unexpected turn of events, but the resilient West End machine was already, almost imperceptibly, shifting gears, preparing to adapt and overcome. The pressing question now hung in the balance. Who would rise to the occasion and step into Eva's shoes, taking on the mantle of the iconic role? In the grand tapestry of theatre, where dreams take flight and stories come alive, there exists a figure often unseen yet undeniably vital, the understudy, the unsung hero of theatre. They are the guardians of the performance, the silent sentinels standing ready in the wings. Understudies know every line, every cue, every nuance of the character they shadow, every note, every harmony, every vocal inflection. They meticulously prepare, honing their skills, ready to step into the spotlight at a moment's notice, waiting for a call that rarely comes. It's a life of dedication, discipline, and unwavering commitment, often without the glory or recognition. Tonight, it did. The phone rang, shattering the usual quiet anticipation. Imagine, one moment, Bella's backstage, perhaps lost in her own thoughts, reviewing lines one last time. The next, she's thrust into the spotlight. No time for nerves, no room for hesitation. She donned the costume, a whirlwind of fabric and frantic adjustments, took a deep breath, a silent prayer for strength and focus, and faced a sold-out house expecting someone else, an entire audience, their eyes fixed on the stage, anticipating a performance they had eagerly awaited. The courage required is immense. To step into another's shoes, to embody a character already established, demands extraordinary bravery. But Bella didn't just fill in. She didn't simply replicate what had come before. She owned the role. She infused it with her own spirit, her own interpretation, her own unique talent. From her first note, a clear, resonant sound that filled the theatre. Relief and admiration swept the audience. The initial shock of the unexpected substitution melted away, replaced by a growing appreciation for Bella's talent. She brought her own fire, her own voice, her own interpretation to the character, and quickly won over the crowd. They were captivated by her performance, drawn into the story by her passion and skill. The energy in the theatre soared, fueled by Bella's electrifying performance. We were witnessing a true star-is-born moment, a moment when potential blossomed into brilliance, when a hidden talent emerged into the light. By curtain call, the transformation was complete. The standing ovation was thunderous, a wave of applause, cheers and whistles that shook the theatre to its foundations. Bella had saved the show, turning disaster into triumph. She had risen to the occasion, exceeding all expectations and delivering a performance that would be remembered for years to come. The cast rallied around her, a testament to teamwork, camaraderie, and the shared passion for the theatre. That night, Bella Brown was the MVP, the shining star who had proven that even in the wings, greatness can be found. For those wondering, Rachel who? She's no ordinary newcomer. Rachel Zegler shot to fame as Maria in Spielberg's West Side Story, winning a Golden Globe for her very first film. She became the youngest winner in her category and the first actress of Colombian descent to do so. Hollywood quickly took notice, casting her in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and as the lead in the Hunger Games prequel. She's known for playing strong, complex characters, and her move to Evita was a return to her musical theatre roots. Taking on Eva Peron was a bold, fitting challenge for her trajectory. Her sudden illness made the night's drama all the more poignant. Rachel had the talent and star power to make Evita legendary. You can't discuss Rachel's career without mentioning her casting as Disney's live-action Snow White. The role sparked controversy after interviews surfaced where she discussed a modern, feminist take on the character. Some welcomed the update, others saw it as criticism of a classic, fueling relentless online debate. Rachel became the face of a woke Disney narrative, her every word scrutinized. The pressure was immense, but she handled it with poise, focusing on her craft. The Snow White saga is just another chapter in her public journey. Fame today is turbulent, and Rachel's resilience stands out. When the film finally releases, audiences will judge for themselves. In theatre, there's one sacred rule: the show must go on. No matter the crisis, forgotten lines, technical glitches, or a lead falling ill, the performance continues. The night Rachel withdrew from Evita was a textbook example. Instead of chaos, calm professionalism took over. The cast and crew shifted gears, the understudy was called, and the show resumed. The audience saw only a seamless transition. This mantra is about more than professionalism. It's about respect for the work and the audience. When Bella stepped in, the cast adapted instantly, supporting her every step. Live theatre thrives on teamwork and resilience. Every person from star to crew plays a vital role. Thanks to this spirit, the night became legendary, not for what went wrong, but for how brilliantly the company pulled together. The show didn't just go on, it soared. When the director announced Rachel's exit, disappointment filled the theatre. Many had booked tickets just to see her, and the mood was tense as Bella Brown took the stage. The audience watched, skeptical but hopeful. Could she deliver? For a few minutes, the weight of expectation was palpable. But as Bella's voice filled the auditorium, admiration replaced doubt. The crowd leaned in, captivated by her talent. By the end, the standing ovation was genuine and thunderous. The audience left buzzing. Not about the star who left, but the new star they'd discovered. They came for one show and witnessed something even more memorable. It was a night of unexpected triumph. After the drama, everyone wondered, when would Rachel return? The theatre confirmed her illness, and fans flooded her with support. Rachel recovered quickly, determined to finish what she started. Her return was met with a wave of applause and emotion. She stepped back into Eva's shoes with renewed passion, delivering a stunning performance. The brief setback added new depth to her portrayal. Her resilience and commitment shone through, turning adversity into triumph. In theatre, there's no better story than a comeback. So, Rachel Zegler's temporary exit from Evita is more than backstage gossip. It's a testament to theatre's unbreakable spirit. It's about resilience, teamwork, and the depth of talent beyond the marquee names. When Rachel stepped down, the cast rallied around Bella, adapting seamlessly. The audience witnessed not one but two incredible performers. The setback didn't diminish the show, it enriched it, adding real-life drama and triumph. This is why we love live theatre, the human element, the magic of the unexpected. The show must go on, and on that night it did, brilliantly. Bravo to all involved.